How sugar daddies ruin the game. In the game, you have players, max, gigolos, and pimps. On the opposite side, you have lame, simps, and tricks. If you've been following me for any amount of time, then you know what each are. But on the opposite side, I keep forgetting one type of beta male, and that's a sugar daddy. What's a sugar daddy? That's an older man with no game who gives his money to younger women for their attention and time. And don't feel sorry for these old geezers either. Being old is no excuse for not having game. In fact, I already made a video about getting older and retiring from the game. The link should be at the top somewhere. Personally, next to tricks, I think sugar daddies are the worst. They try and cheat the game by using money as leverage. They inflate younger women's egos, which never can turn out to be a good thing. These women try to cheat the game by using sugar daddies, then expecting the same treatment by other men. Once again, they got the game fucked up. A lot of people wonder, do sugar daddies even have sex with these ladies? A lot of women will deny the sex part, and they would be lying. Now, I'm not saying that the sex is good or even memorable for these ladies, but trust me, these old geezers are getting their rocks off one way or another. What this does is bring an imbalance to the game. Like I said before, these chicks start thinking every relationship with a man should be this way. That is until she comes across a real player like myself who will set her straight and put her in her proper place. If sugar daddies didn't ruin the game, then players wouldn't have to waste so much precious time correcting these hoes. But what can you do? I remember when I was younger, my father and I used to do handyman work for an old guy named Mr. Russell. He was in his late 60s. He had this big house that needed a new roof and some painting. As we were working on his house, one thing that I noticed was this young chick that would run in and out all through the day. I thought maybe she was a family member, like a granddaughter or a niece, but she wasn't. One day I ran into her coming out the house, so I decided to holler at her. She quickly informed me that Mr. Russell was her man and wouldn't appreciate the help trying to talk to her. A few days later, Mr. Russell paid my father for the work he did and said he didn't need us anymore. I felt bad because I knew us losing the job was my fault. My dad laughed it off, told me not to sweat it, just charge it to the game because he had plenty of contracts and work to do. Maybe, I don't know, a year later, I was watching the evening news and a story came on about a woman and a man being arrested for tying up, robbing, and beating to death an older victim. That victim was Mr. Russell, and that female was the same chick he was tricking on. The guy, I don't know, probably her real boyfriend or some guy she was screwing around with. True story. And yes, I realize that situation with Mr. Russell is very extreme, but there is a lesson in it. In fact, I want you guys to comment below and tell me what you think the lesson was in this video essay. And I also want you to join the family and become a fellow player. So download your free ebook, link below, 7 Ways to Attract Women. This ebook will build your foundation on your journey to becoming the player that you were meant to be. Also, subscribe and like the video. Until the next time, play on, player.